two new things I've finished building for Galactic Impact that I wanted to show off real quick. First, in the original Galactic Impact, the technology tree was more of a ladder. It was just sort of levels 1 through 10, and every time you paid to upgrade, you got new, cooler ships to work with. But there wasn't a lot of options for, it wasn't a whole lot to explore as a player, and there wasn't a lot as a game designer to, there weren't a lot of levers to say, okay, the players have too much money at this point, so let's cut down on the amount of money that they're making at this point to give them something to spend some money on here. So I've upgraded this to be more of a tree, actually a tree. So I have a bunch of technologies, and the technologies that I own are in, or that I've researched, are in these light blue. And the technologies that are available to me to research are in this dark blue, and the technologies that I have an idea about, but I can't build yet because there's still a few prerequisites that I don't have that I need to get are still needed. So I have a little bit of money, so I think I'm going to buy one of these upgrades right now. So this is orbital bomb. Sounds like a pretty cool weapon to have, and looks like I have a couple. Maybe I have. Yeah, here we go. Here's a ship that's going to require those orbital bombs. That I'll need to know how to make orbital bombs to make that ship. So I think I'm going to buy these orbital bombs right now. So now I have researched orbital bombs. So now orbital bombs show up as this light blue, and so now the Durandal class spaceship technology, I can research the ship design for that, and that'll allow all of my shipyards to build these. But I'm afraid I can't afford this just yet. I spent all my money just there building bombs I can drop from orbit. So I guess I'll have to go and do some more peaceful endeavors for the rest of this turn. So the other cool thing that I have just completed is the ability to reorder the commands that you've given to ships, as well as rename them. So this Scout 3640, that name is pretty boring. Let's change that. Let's call this the best Scout ever. All right, so great. So now I've saved the best Scout ever. So that's the ship's new name. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this around a little bit of a galactic tour. So right now it's set to dispatch to Xi Scorpii. So let's give it some options. Let's give it some places to go after that. So I'm going to send it to Pi Ceti, and then I'm going to send it to Epsilon Hydri. And so now I have this list of commands here, and it's giving me a little primer on what it thinks, on what it's going to be trying to do on the next turn update. Given that nothing gets in its way, doesn't get destroyed, or doesn't get a sort of fight, this is what it's going to do. It's going to fly towards Xi Scorpii, because that's its top command priority. However, maybe I realized after I've done a little bit of other, gone around the galaxy map, and I discovered that maybe there's actually some really interesting stuff going on at Epsilon Hydri, or maybe I think that there's some new stars I could discover if I go there. So I'm going to reprioritize these. I'm going to drag this Epsilon Hydri up to the top, the top priority, and there I see that it's actually has on the fly has updated what it's going to be attempting to do on the next game update. I'm using a technology called VueJS for this. It's a pretty cool front-end framework. It's sort of a competitor